I woke up. Everything seemed normal. There was no sign at all that it might be an odd day, until I looked out the window. I saw my backyard, and everything that was there before was still there, but everything had sort of a green tint. It wasn't just on objects, it was everywhere, in the air, in the sky, but weirdest of all, I saw myself in my backyard. I also had a green tint, but it was darker than all of the other green things. There were about 20 of me walking around in my backyard. Some were pacing, some were walking around in circles. I thought it was just a bad dream, but it felt so real. I walked out of my house and to my backyard. They were still there. I tried talking to them, but they didn't answer me or even looked in my direction. It was as if they couldn't see me at all. I decided to try to get one of my duplicates' attention. I stood right in front of him and started yelling at him. He walked and looked right through me. All of a sudden, they all stopped walking. Whatever they were doing, they stopped immediately. Then they slowly turned their heads to face me, all in sync. They all looked exactly like me. That was the scariest thing. I kept on telling myself it was just a dream, but deep inside, I knew that I was lying to myself. I walked out to the street. There were people walking on the sidewalks. Some of them I knew, but they were all green with blank expressions on their faces. There were cars too. Green cars, of course. With each step I took, feelings of grief and intense sadness flowed over me. Feelings that a dream would never be capable of giving me. When I walked along the street, I came across my friend's house. He had passed away years ago, and the new owners changed almost everything about the outside of the house. But here it was, just like it was before he passed away. Well, it would have been the same if it wasn't so green. I opened the door, and my friend was upstairs washing the dishes. He actually turned around to see who opened the door, and he noticed me. He smiled for a second when he saw me, and I smiled too. I hadn't seen him in so long, but then he stopped smiling. He sounded worried and sad when he said, "You're here now too? I was hoping you would last a little longer." I woke up. At first, I was glad it was a dream, but then I noticed something odd. That green tint was inside my house, and that feeling of sadness came back over me. I needed to go to the bathroom. When I got there, I looked in the mirror. I had a green tint. Then, I felt a force pulling me into the backyard.